Hey guys, welcome to the Connection Podcast.
In this podcast, you're going to learn more about who we are, what our thoughts are behind martial arts, and you're going to get connected to one another.
Enjoy the episode.
To the Connection. It's a place where you can get plugged in for our Texas Black Belt Academy family and surrounding area of Fort Worth. My name is Donnie.
I'm Landon.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Shamus.
And so we have our guest today. It's Mr. Shamus. He is from Texas Black Belt Academy in Fort Worth. He's one of our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu students. And what would be the title? Manager, owner?
Manager.
Manager of STIRR.
STIRR
in
Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
We've invited him to come online here and be with us, talk about his business and what's going on there and how anybody can help and stuff like that. So anyway, Landon, you want to get us kicked off?
I guess. So, of course, we're still into, week 3, 4 of...
I don't know. To be honest with you, it feels like it's been a month.
Yeah.
It really
True.
has.
It probably has. So we're in, let's say, week 3 of all of the shutdowns and the stay-at-home place and everything like that.
Yeah.
First off, how are you managing with all this? Not business-wise, just personal-wise.
You know, I mean, I was talking this morning on the podcast for Cultivate, and to me, it's almost like a reset button, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, don't have much to do. You can't go anywhere, right? We can't go out to eat. We can't go to the movie. And so now what? And then that now what becomes, all right, let's go walk. All right, a couple hours later, let's go walk again. And so, yeah, for me, it's been a reset button, sort of just chillaxing, chill out, get to reconnect with family and have some quality family time again. So, how about you?
For me, a lot of learning has been going on. I help run some stuff at my church. I've actually learned a lot of camera work as well, how to really go from one transition to the other and things like that. So I guess going down the line, Dylan, how are you as a person dealing with all this?
You know, I just, as much as it's not fun as it is and how upset I want to be, not being able to do anything, it's just kind of nice because this is the first time I've been, just relaxed for, I'd say with all that going on, still worried, but I've just been able to take a moment, breathe, finally catch up on some rest like I haven't been for the past several years. So it's just kind of nice to get a little break, even though I'm not too happy about the circumstances it's under.
Yeah, because this is your senior year, right?
Right.
So that's one thing that a lot of people don't really connect with. It's like, man, for your senior year, right? You got to deal with all this. So I know it's been upsetting, and but I think it'll work out.
Yeah.
At least you don't have to worry about the slow people in the hallway.
Yeah, that's one thing, not having to worry about the people.
Have you heard about what they're going to do or anything? What's the latest?
As of right now, they said that everything's going to happen. It might not be when they said it was, or under ideal circumstances, but they said they're going to give us a prom.
Yeah.
They're going to give us, no matter what, because they really do care. They really want us to have that.
Yeah.
So they're trying their best to get it for us.
Yeah, Burleson ISD has been very, very good about making sure that those people are taken care of and stuff. I know, like when Miss Kaylee had her wreck,
Yes.
several years ago, and they made sure that they honored her and allowed her to walk the stage a year later after she had her recovery and everything. So
That was a rough year.
yeah, it was. Yeah, and this is definitely one good thing. Look, glass is always half full, right?
Right.
Everybody will always remember the class of 2020. It'll be like
That's
no
true.
other in history. So I mean, it's a little special on that end. Mm-hmm. So, but whenever you look back, you get old like me, then you're gonna be like, yeah, it was crazy time, but it worked out.
I guess to finish this off, Mr. Shamus, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. It's definitely new. Just trying to stay healthy, stay in shape, and been running the dogs a lot. So it's
Yeah, you have 2 dogs, right?
I do have a Great Pyrenees and a German Shepherd.
Yeah, so we're a Pyrenees family and stuff. So
Yeah, so it's been a lot of running and a lot of reading and just staying healthy and keeping the mind fresh and
Staying in shape.
Don't get bored and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Well, as far as our parents and our students, right, if you're watching this, we want to make sure you know how to stay connected with us. Again, most of our training and everything has been in person, but we've transitioned. For those that elect to train online, then you can train online with us. And if you do not have your logins for your members portal, then please email us at info@txbba.com, or you can just comment on this. Ms. Sell's watching the comments there, and she'll get you hooked up. But basically, it's really easy. You'll go to our website, txblackbeltacademy.com. You'll go to the Connect and portal, and then you'll log in to the members portal. If you're having problems with that, then it's probably an email variation, or the email you're trying to use is not the primary email on your account. So once we get that squared on the back end, then you'll be able to log in and check that out. So as far as the online training, how is that going for y'all? It's a little different.
It is very different.
Yeah?
Of course, I'm very glad to see all my students and then hear them. But of course, it only goes so far when it comes to just interaction. Of course, I'd love to have a high five to my students, to just laugh with them right next to me. But, I mean, if I had to settle for something, this is what I would settle for. I still get to see them. I still get to interact with them. I get to have a lot of fun because I've laughed a whole lot. Because sometimes I'll start a class a little bit early and we'll just spend 7 minutes just chatting with one another. Just asking them how they're doing. A lot of my students that I've found out, they've transitioned very fast to online classes.
You know, one thing that I've been getting comments, I don't know if you have on email or whatever, but especially for like the kids, is that those that are doing the online training, the live online training, because we have pre-recorded online training, and then we have the live training. So those that are doing the live training, they said that their kids are actually staying a lot more focused and really paying attention because they're not distracted with their buddies in class, right? So they have to stay honed in to keep up and everything, and they've done very well.
That's good.
We're getting a few of our students earning stripes, and so it's cool to see them getting those stripes, putting them on their belts, and taking their pictures and stuff. So that's pretty neat.
Can't wait till I get to hand out a stripe.
I know, right? It's crazy how whenever something is taken away, you miss it, right? And you're like, man, I really took that for granted. Just the connections, the high fives, and things like that. But it is great that we do live in an age, right, that we can stay connected as best we can. So, Dylan, how their online training, because you're doing a lot of the back end work.
Yes, I am. Definitely a lot of learning.
Yeah.
A lot of, I've always been a technology fan, so I get to learn a lot of cool, more times we do something, the more things we realize, okay, here's how that could have been better. So I appreciate getting able to, see all their faces still, but getting to learn a lot for myself is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Zoom is its own beast.
Yeah.
Shamus, I would imagine with STIRR, the restaurant, y'all have interacted via Zoom and FaceTime, or?
Yes, we've all talked, definitely texting and calling, and just staying connected together. And like you said, you take it for granted.
Right.
You go to work and you have your work family, and then you kind of just go through the emotions, and when it's all taken away from you, you miss them. You miss going to work. You miss watching, something you started. You love watching the progression of it.
Right.
And it's hard. It's definitely been an eye opener. And I'm ready for it to be over.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. Well, this is definitely not just a four-way conversation. It's actually five. So the viewers at home, parents, students, those that are watching, what have you missed during this time, and what have you? How have you stayed connected with those in your life? Comment and let us know.
Kathleen said I miss Anna.
Oh, Miss Kathleen misses Anna. Yes, she misses you very much so. Matter of fact, she came up here whenever we were doing the online training, and she came up here to deliver a lot of like Wave Masters and things, because now people are buying Wave Masters for home to keep up with the training, and pads and hand targets and things like that. So they bought it on our website, and so anyway, Miss Anna was like, Yeah, I'm going to come up to the school and deliver this stuff and may hang out for a little bit because, yeah, definitely.
By the way, all of our stuff can be
Mr.
found
Scott
at
said, not that it
website.
needs to change, but thought maybe here's a time to think how to change it at some.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So, all right. Well, let's go into what are some positive things that y'all have gathered from this, right? What are something maybe you've learned or what is something that you've seen? One thing that I noticed, I'll just start quick, is whenever I go to like either a fast food restaurant or takeout or something like that, I've really noticed a attitude shift in some of the workers, and I don't know if they're really grateful to have the business,
Yes.
or they're just mindful that, hey, you know what, this is a crazy time, but I've seen a lot more friendly type attitudes and stuff. So that's been something I noticed probably about 2 or 3 days ago.
Well, one thing I've seen, I try to every now and again I get on either a bike or I have like an electric longboard, but I go on a biking trail and I've seen so many people, couples. A lot of them are elderly couples. I see a lot of them just walking and getting physically fit. This morning. This morning I went out and I saw I think a family of 10 all riding bikes. Of course, they were apart a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, just to see a lot of people get outside, they're playing around, they're having a lot of fun. It's really heartwarming to see that families are connecting even more because, of course, you hear about families arguing because they're always close to each other.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with social media because you can get burnt out of that very quick, especially in this quarantine. I know I personally have. I deleted Instagram just because I'm on it all the time. But now that we're kind of putting that aside and we're having the human connection, it's just been a lot of positivity that's come from that.
Sure.
Families reconnecting.
And the last time I saw this many people out walking and stuff is whenever Pokemon Go came out. Right? It's like whenever Pokemon Go came out, I was like, man, it's almost like Halloween time. Everybody's out
Everybody's out.
walking, right? And then I don't know. Whenever I first saw that last week or week before last, I was like, man, it's almost like Pokemon Go came out again. Anyway, what about you, Dylan? You seen positive things out in the?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people just being more grateful, because like I said, you have to take away what you didn't notice for something to really stand out. And that's one thing I've seen, like just a lot on social media or just talking to people I have, they're just more willing to say what they're thankful for. They're more open to, saying, I missed this, can't wait till we can get back to this, I already have so many plans made for when we do get out of this, so I won't be bored anymore. But it's just people who are just staying more open-minded. And like you were saying earlier, is like either do they have something going on? I don't know, but I'm gonna do my best. Just I feel like people are just generally being better people, better version of themselves.
That's great.
And I'm really hoping that's something that stays with them.
Yeah. Shamus, you seen any?
The positive is people are getting more concerned about their health. Like we said earlier, we take it for granted. This is kind of like a reset. It's saying, hey, we're not invincible. And a lot of the underlining of this virus is if you don't take care of yourself, it can catch you off guard and you can be in some serious situation.
Right.
And so a lot of people are getting more knowledgeable, about stuff that's all of a sudden happened. But it's also, what are you doing for yourself to be ready next time? Are you in better shape? Are you moving? Are you progressing? Or, what are you doing? I've seen a lot more people taking online classes.
Yeah.
They're studying a lot more about, how to get in shape and how to cut back things that are not, they're not good for them. So it's been, the good side of this is people are getting more accountable for their health and kind of stepping forward as a family or as a group and said, hey, we need to stay in shape. We need to, be more concerned about me because, if I'm concerned about myself, then I can help you, and it's kind of a chain reaction.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
And you're generally in pretty good shape. You do.
Try to.
Yeah.
Try. I have my weaknesses.
Yeah, well, I think we all do. So as far as, you have, let's talk about STIRR real quick,
Sure.
if you don't mind. We'll jump into that. And then here, as we're jumping into that, if you are a small business owner or you have a small business or you're a part of a small business, then let us know. We're actually kicking off a initiative here in Fort Worth, and we'd love to have you involved in that. So STIRR restaurant. How long has STIRR in Fort Worth been open?
STIRR in Fort Worth has been open since a little bit before Halloween. So
Okay.
let's say about 7 months, 8 months now.
Yeah, so it's still baby. I mean, it's still in infancy stage
It is. It's still growing.
as far as location.
Right. The
Yeah.
location,
Right.
beautiful place, beautiful store.
I've been there. It is nice. It's very beautiful.
It's very nice.
And it's been a very proud, very also humbling kind of transition. The concept is, like you said, is brand new out here. So we are going, we're going through we're kind of going with it to see how it develops itself, kind of.
Yeah.
And so we're just all, we're, like I said, I know all of us, we're ready for this to pass, and we've learned our lesson. And
Right.
but yeah, the STIRR, it's amazing.
Yeah.
We have 3 different locations of that STIRR concept, and
What type of food would you categorize that?
I would say maybe like a
Is it American?
casual fine-
American cuisine?
Yes,
fine?
we have everything. So
Yeah.
it ranges everywhere from homemade flatbreads all the way to we have salmon, and
Yeah.
we have amazing steaks. So we want to hit every spectrum, but also have a good product. So
What are you thinking of right now, Landon?
Pork chops.
pork chops, yeah. So pork chops are amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, we did our Valentine's Day
Same here.
evening. Yeah, I know y'all did. I think the night after.
did, night after.
Yeah, but top notch. Loved
Well,
it.
thank you. Well,
Loved it.
we love the place, and
Yeah. So where's it located for those? Because not everybody may know where it's located.
it's on Crockett Row, right where the old building used to be Kona Grill.
Yes.
And so it's right at the very beginning, and you can't miss it.
Crockett and 7th. It's that
Right.
crazy intersection where there's like 100 streets coming.
Right, they all come together, and you have to really pay attention. But it's all glass building.
Yeah.
We have a upstairs rooftop that we can open the canopy on, and we have private events up there where you can just come hang out.
Yep.
But it's a beautiful place, and it's literally all glass. All the way around it is
Awesome.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Diana
it's
said she wants some sliders.
Yes.
well,
Yes.
as soon as we get the green light, definitely come
Yeah.
see me. We'll
I'm
definitely take
off
care
my
of you.
birthday.
We will. So crazy thing about that area, before it really grew up, my dad used to work at Taylor's Rental, and it was right over where Blue Sushi.
Yes,
Right over there.
Yep.
It was like a little bitty building. Of course, they demolished it and
Put something
all
up
that,
bigger.
but I mean, that was like 30, 40 years ago, whatever. But anyway, back to STIRR. It was definitely a great experience that we had.
Well, thank you.
And
And that's what we're aiming for. That's how we want to get everybody out there. That's how we run our business. And
yeah, it was
we thank you for coming out there and supporting us.
it was great.
helps.
The cheese, was it the cheese that we had? The dipping cheese, whatever that is?
The fondue.
Okay, yeah, that's crack.
Yes,
I mean,
it's-
they literally must put crack in it.
It is-
It was so good.
The gorgonzola fries and the
Oh my
fondue are one of our most popular items.
For sure.
And it's at all of our concepts.
Yeah.
So, especially the gorgonzola fries is.
Yeah.
We have people that we know will call us days in advance and say, "Hey, we're going to come there. Can you please just fill the whole table with this gorgonzola fries?" We're like, "Okay, we'll do it."
That's
but
cool.
that's one of our biggest and popular items that we have in house.
Yeah. So as far as STIRR, from what I've heard, most restaurants are doing like a takeout type of thing. What are y'all doing right now?
As soon as we know everybody's healthy and that we're healthy and we can get back into the store, we'll do takeouts as soon as we can.
Okay. But right now, there's no business.
Right now, we are not. Our doors are not open until we get a little. Our protocol. We know what the protocol is for going in and
Yep.
taking care of to-goes.
Yeah.
The building's such a huge building. It's just hard to kind of regulate who comes in, who comes out.
Yeah, because
and just our staff too.
Yeah, you don't have a small menu. I mean, this is a
No.
nice place, so it's
Yeah.
like, all right, how do we accommodate?
Exactly.
Right, and so
We do have a to-go menu. It's on our website, and like I said,
Okay.
as soon as we can,
Yeah.
everything's safe, and the higher officials say, "Hey, let's do this in a slow manner, but slow and safe," and then we'll definitely get our to-goes out and
Gotcha.
take care of everybody.
Okay, and then I guess as far as when the green light happens,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it'll be on your social media.
Yeah, so it'll be definitely, it'll be on my Facebook, it'll be word of mouth, of course, but on our website, and our PR people will hit.
Hey, Sel, will you put their website up in the comments and then put their Facebook page? I think it's on the Facebook page, it's STIRR Fort Worth.
Yes, it is STIRR Fort Worth.
STIRR.
So you said there's 3 locations?
So we have our main location, our flagship store, I guess you can call, is in Deep Ellum, Dallas, kind of on the backside of downtown Dallas. And then Fort Worth just opened 8 months ago. And then about a month ago, we just opened STIRR Addison. And so it's all the locations are in great, or all the stores are in great locations. This one is, like I said, as soon as we get the green light, I know there's a lot of birthdays we've missed, and we're trying to get, we can definitely get you in there.
Yeah.
I just want to eat more of that.
A lot of wedding, a lot of rehearsal dinners, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We can do that in a heartbeat, but birthdays, I saw how many birthdays were in April. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's
I
amazing.
think April's probably maybe next to September. Yeah.
Little sister.
Yeah, April's definitely a busy birthday month.
And then just graduation parties.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people reach out saying, hey, you know, when everything gets back to normal, you know, can we do a graduation? Like, oh, of course. You know,
Y'all are going to have a waiting list.
So we'll definitely take care of everybody. It's just as soon as everybody's safe and healthy, and we're not jeopardizing anybody's welfare. So.
All right. Well, let's shift gears now. Let's go to. So you're a jiu-jitsu student of ours.
Uh-huh.
All right, and so we offer the jiu-jitsu online as well. Have you got a chance to take it? I know you're busy and everything, but
It's amazing. I didn't think I would like that kind of interaction because I loved somebody to. And this is what makes this place so amazing is that when you explain something, you show it, and then you say, hey, you know, do you want to see this again? What do you need help on?
Yeah.
And it's I like that hands-on. Let me see it, but actually, the way it's going online, it's really good. It's you still break it down. You go through everything where you can analyze it and make it work for you.
Yeah.
And it's impressive. I was a little skeptical at first because I'm getting old, and so I was like, well,
how old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay, you're 1 year older than me.
And so I was looking on it. Yeah. I was looking on it, and I was like, well, let me try this.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Well, good.
Yeah,
We've
I
had
really
some
like
good
it.
feedback from it, and I mean, obviously, there's no better in person.
Right.
I mean, because jiu-jitsu, you have to feel, and a lot of people do not have a partner at home that they can train with. Some do, and some don't. But yeah, for me, if I was on the student end, because my instructor as well is obviously online, so I watch his videos, and so I'm doing tons of note taking and journaling, and I've really been impressed with my remembering because I have to do it that way.
Right.
It's like forces you into a different style of learning than you're used
Very
to.
true. I agree.
Because I'm a kinesthetic learner at nature, and schoolwork was not my forte, reading, writing, and all that. But if I could go out into the shop and fix something, then I was all about that. So
I agree.
It's forced me into a different level of learning.
I agree. And what's nice about it, you can go back and you can kind of look at, say, okay, well, I'm kind of messing up on this part. And you can go back and study a little bit more to where you don't have, it's not right now. Like you can come back to a little bit later and a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more open-minded.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
Good.
It's very impressive.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So again, if you're watching, you have not been connected with our online classes, then you can go to our website, txbba.com, go to Connect Portal. You can log in. If you don't have your login, just request a password, and you'll get access to all that. So whenever all this went down, some of us were in Colorado. We took my daughter, me and Sel went to Colorado. We were going to go skiing. Day we got there, ski slopes shut down. So we were able to play in the snow and make the best of it. But, it's like, getting hit in the jaw and being like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Right? So there was a period of a week to 10 days that we had to scramble and figure this out. But I think it's worked out. I think it's transitioned as well as we can right now. So just wanted to let everybody know that is watching, we appreciate you. We appreciate you staying connected with us and supporting the dojo. So we do have a dojo to come back to whenever all this ends.
We
So
just opened up too.
thank you very much. Yeah, so good. Landon, you got you're next.
I mean, just in general, not even just for the school, but for everywhere I've seen, like places of worship, other schools, public schools and things like that. I just think it's impressive just how fast everyone can get things together in this kind of, well, the pandemic. Of course, a lot of places have transitioned to online as best they can, of course, with us, with teaching. Right. But one thing that I want to talk, something very positive I've seen from this is just being able to see a whole lot. I mean, like with places of worship, my church, we're online. I know y'all are watching online as well. Mm-hmm. And I don't get to see a whole lot. Like for my uncle, he's a youth pastor up in Oklahoma, and of course I don't get to go into any of his services. Right. So I got to watch him for the past couple of weeks, and it's just opened my eyes to really see how a lot of people can come together and learn from each other, even in this crazy of a time. Yeah. And I believe a lot of it comes with asking questions. Like one of my things to my students, I always say is ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more you're going to learn. I mean, it not only helps you, but it helps other people. Like in belt testing for jiu-jitsu, at the end of it, whenever you receive your belt, you come shake the instructor's hands, you receive your belt, and then you go to all the other students and shake their hands and saying thank you for just being there. Because of course, one person might have a question that maybe you weren't thinking of at the time, but they ask, and it's like, oh, I was thinking that too. And you just learn from each other as we go through this. And so for anyone that's watching, parents and students alike, I would highly encourage whenever you have a question, whether it is in a class, whether it's at home, ask it, because that's the best way you're going to learn. Right. Is by asking and seeking more information. That's good. Hey, Dylan, do you have anything to say?
I mean, yeah, I was, like I said earlier, still my senior year of high school, so I still have school to go to, and it was easy to stay entertained at school, believe it or not, because I'm very, very involved for engineering program, and I was that, if I wanted to know something, I figured it out, because there's been multiple things where I figured it out and then taught my teachers, just because I'm very curious-minded, I want to know more, and that's why I was able to understand all this technology thing so fast, just because I genuinely, I don't like not knowing. Right. So if I'm curious, I go and figure it out. And that's actually been helping me a lot with my schoolwork, because I'm, I'll be doing assignments in class, I'll be able to say, man, what was that? And I could raise my hand and ask the teacher, what was that thing that we covered, So they would tell me, and then I'm like, oh yeah. But now I'm having to do that on my own. I'll be doing an assignment. Man, what was that? And I'd have to go back myself and figure out all that. So it's just, learning a lot of answering my own questions,
Use them smarticle particles.
Smarticle particles. I like that. I like that. Good. Well, excellent. Did you have, go ahead.
I got one more thing. So this is kind of for all the parents and everything. A lot of y'all know that we like to listen to music during our classes. I mean, I don't like a quiet room. Yeah. So one thing that myself, Dylan, and Jacob are doing, we are coming, I think, either tomorrow or next few days. This weekend. And we're going to create a very large playlist. So on my personal Spotify account, we're going to create a playlist of all the songs that we like to listen to, that keep us energized, that keep us in a positive mood, and some things that we listen to class. And I wanted to tell everyone this because, of course, music has a powerful impact on people. What you listen to, what you're constantly putting inside, has a big effect on your mood. And I believe if you listen to positive and uplifting music, then that will not only change your day, but change your aspect on life and what you do in your day-to-day.
That's what, whenever I come to work, I always put Eye of the Tiger on before I get here.
I can just imagine that. He plays it right before he comes in and throws the door open and just says the cool guy walk.
That's right.
Okay, so I have some pretty serious questions from Miss Kathleen.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, Miss
I
Kathleen.
have to answer them all at the same time. But,
All right.
one question she said, what has everyone been doing to spend more time at home? Like, what are you doing while you're at home?
Great. Jameis, you go first.
Running a 90-pound 1-year-old Pyrenees.
Yeah.
You're brushing it and picking up its hair.
Brushing, oh my goodness. I vacuum every day.
Yeah.
It still comes back the next morning. And just trying to stay healthy. Just
Yeah.
been reading a lot about just health. Just taking classes for personal training, a little bit more advanced nutrition and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so just trying to keep busy. But running the dogs and keeping clear-headed.
Yeah, I hear you. What about you, Dylan? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been doing some schoolwork, some classwork, so I have to stay on top of that, unfortunately. Thankfully, I still have a job I get to come to and keep somewhat of routine, but I've actually been on the side learning a little bit of Danish.
Danish.
Yes, so
Really?
yes.
Speak some Danish.
I know very little right now.
I know that, so you know a lot more than I do.
You're ahead of the curve.
Danish.
I started this week, and that's because I had a friend who she was a foreign exchange student, so she came here, and she was the only Danish one here. She there was a couple other German girls. They all had someone else to speak their native language to.
Yeah.
So I kind of joked with her one day. I said, "Okay, I'll learn Danish," and that didn't go very well. I told her, I said, "Sorry, I got busy." And we were calling on some FaceTime the other day, and she said, "Hey, I know you have nothing going on now," so and I went.
There you
So
go.
now I'm learning Danish.
Ain't that something too? Because I was thinking the other day, I was like, oh man, I need to call so and so. Oh, well, they're at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like they're at home. What else are they gonna do?
that's true.
What have you been doing?
I just recently started getting more into Spanish. Shout out to Miss Lily.
All right.
Because she always comes in and speaks Spanish. I'm like, I have no idea what she's saying. And so I'm starting to learn that. I know very little.
So I did the very smart thing in school, and I took French. Because like French and Texas go together at all. So I know like 2 sentences, and that's it. I should have listened to my parents. So
I should have too.
Should have paid more attention to Spanish.
Texas, take Spanish.
She has more questions.
Oh,
Very
boy.
serious.
Good. I
Okay.
didn't have to talk about what
Two-part
TV.
question, okay?
Oh boy.
No.
Did everyone see Tiger King?
Stop!
And Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Next question.
Yes and yes.
You watched that? You watched
Yes.
it?
Oh, heck yes, I watched it.
Yes. Use the sardine oil.
Yes, you have to watch it. Oh my God.
I saw the first episode. I will admit that. And then after that, I don't know. I couldn't invest my time. But I'll go back and watch it.
I watched all the episodes in 2 days.
You binge watched it.
It's a
I
binge
regret
watcher.
every second of it. My brain has never been. Yeah.
I think we all have a good general idea, a same opinion. Last movie everyone has watched and favorite jiu-jitsu move.
Oh, goodness. I'll
That's a
go
pretty
last
good
on
one.
that.
Last movie you watched and favorite jiu-jitsu.
I think the last movie I watched was John Wick 2, Chapter 2.
All right.
And my favorite jiu-jitsu move.
2's definitely better than 3 in my opinion.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Take that back.
No way.
What?
2 is way better.
Another podcast.
We'll do a side.
All right.
podcast.
Here.
Sidecast.
What is better for you? What did you like better? John Wick 1, 2, or 3? Comment.
3,
All right.
2, 1. My opinion.
All right.
It's the
here
only
we go.
opinion allowed. But my favorite jiu-jitsu move, I think one that I can get a high completion rate on, and just one with my frame, is the triangle.
Yeah.
I mean, long legs, strong legs because of running, but
Yeah.
that's honestly it.
Yeah. If you're skinny, long legs, man, triangle for days.
Yeah, long legs.
Yeah.
Triangle for days.
Yeah. True. What about you, Dylan? Favorite move and our last
movie you watched.
last movie you
So
watched?
last movie I watched, I actually watched it this morning, and it was Angel Has Fallen. 'Cause I liked Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, and I was like, man, I really need to watch it. And I saw that today they put it on Netflix. So the second I saw that, I watched it, and that was this morning.
There you go.
Which one's better?
Oh, you know what movie I watched last. What movie did I watch
I
last?
do have to
What
say
movie did I
that
watch
Olympus
last? I
Has
have no
Fallen,
idea.
the first one, was really good.
Oh,
it was
gosh.
it was just one of those like Cars moments. You can't beat the first one, but Angel Has Fallen,
Oh.
actually, they were all really good. Just the original one
What?
would be my favorite.
Oh no.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. I just remember the last movie I watched.
Well, Seamus is turn.
All right. Seamus' turn.
gonna be
The last movie I watched, I think it was Angry Birds for some reason.
Dude,
And I don't know why. I was just like,
actually,
It's
Angry
pretty
Birds
good.
2 was my last one because it was here.
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds. And I actually liked it a lot. I was like, okay.
I have not watched that. I have to go back and watch that.
There's some adult humor in it.
There it is. It's pretty funny.
What's your favorite jujitsu move?
My favorite has to be the guillotine.
Yeah.
I like it. It's subtle, but it's also it gets right to the point.
Yes, it does.
It gets to the point, and it
gets tight quick.
gets tight quick, and the better your technique gets, the more it's more simplified. It's less movement. It's less, there's not, once you get it into a routine with it, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, man, that's done jiu-jitsu for 15 years. What's your favorite move?
Shoot, I got a lot of them. I would say
Narrow it down to top 3.
no. I mean, I think any chokes is going to be for me, right? Because what I always said is you can break someone's arm in a fight and they can still fight you, right? You choke them out and they go to sleep, they're not going to be fighting you very long. So I like chokes. The triangle choke is one of my favorites just because since I am smaller, I'm usually on my back. I have to develop the guard and work from that. So triangle choke it is for me, and then burlesque was the last show that we watched.
Say that again?
Watch burlesque.
You didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. Anyway, burlesque is actually a good soundtrack. But
That was a fun song.
It was a fun
Yeah.
song to play for band, that's
Anyway.
for sure.
Thanks, babe.
Fun song to learn.
Trumpeters.
Cool.
Trumpeters.
I had to ask those questions.
No, that's good. No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Miss Kat, for jumping in there. And again, that's what this whole thing is about, right? We're not up here to talk about ourselves all the time, but we, want you to get connected and join the conversation. So, anyway, just to review on getting connected with the classes with us. We have a technical difficulty
Dylan's
on
mic cut out.
mic over here.
Dylan,
That's
you
all
gotta
right.
speak louder.
So wanted to make sure you knew how to get connected. Now, 2 things. Once you get into the members portal, there is our video library. And that was actually our saving grace when all this happened, because we were like, okay, what are we going to do? Well, we already had the video library. A lot of our students have been enjoying that for many years now, and being able to go to that on-demand system. We have that on there. We actually started a Facebook group. Each school has their own Facebook group, and we're throwing some free videos on that Facebook group for people that are at home that are not members, and that's one thing that we've been doing. I know you went to someone's house yesterday and dropped off a uniform, right? Had a new student enroll with us, so we deliver the uniform to the house.
No contact delivery, just like the pizza places.
Yeah.
They put the pizzas at your doorstep and they stand 10 feet back and wave hi.
There you go. And then the other one, Miss Emma, you mailed her uniform off to her house. So if they're far away, then hey, we'll mail it to you. If it's close by, we'll come drop it off, put it on your doorstep, and everything. So that's been pretty exciting to see. Meet new people through Zoom and get them connected with training in martial arts, right? Because you can only put so many puzzles together. You can only watch so much TV. For kids, you got to have them have something structured. And so our online training has been great for new students. If you're a new student, you're someone watching this, then, visit our website. There's a way that you can get plugged in there and do that. So, yeah. Mic's working now, good?
I think so. Is it still working? Awesome.
Give a thumbs up.
Well, let's shift gears here. What were some goals that you had? How has that changed it? And what are some new goals that you have?
Now, whenever you say goals, are we talking like personal goals, work goals, in between?
No, personal.
Personal goal for me, I had 2 this year. One was to handstand walk effectively. Close to achieving that. I've had a lot more time now, so I can work on it.
How is that going?
It's going.
You want to do that right here?
I don't think the mic
You could take the mic off, right?
take the
He can do a handstand right here,
If I
right?
fall forward and I hit,
You could. Oh well, yeah. It's expensive.
I don't live at your house anymore.
What?
Oh, don't worry about it then. You got insurance? You hope? Yeah, you do have insurance.
I'll tuck my shirt in.
All right, here we go. Have you had someone walk on their hands on a podcast yet? No, this will be the first. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna like.
We have a bet. Who could walk farther, you or me? No, I'm just kidding. Go
That's
ahead.
not fair.
I don't take bets with you.
All right, here you go. I do want to see it though.
Never
'Cause I haven't seen it yet.
He did really good the other day.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom now.
Wow. All right. Nice.
Is my face red?
Here, air high five.
He did a really good job. Right before we started filming classes today, he
Nice.
walked edge to edge on the mat.
Really?
My face hurts.
Man, that's fantastic.
And then my second goal is to do a back handspring, which we started working on that, and then
Okay.
all of this happened. So
Yeah.
it's on hiatus.
Okay. All right.
on pause.
Well, cool. What about you, Dylan? What are some goals that maybe you had? Did it shift? New goals?
So I did have a couple. One was I made the goal, decided this year that I want to start being more active and working out more. And I did get in a good habit of going to the gym 4 times a week, early in the morning, because if I don't get up in the morning, it won't happen.
Right.
And then, that's kind of it's been easier to work out because I have more time to do it, but it's been harder to get up in the morning to do it. So it's just been kind of back and forth. I'm still trying, but
Yeah.
it wasn't going as fast as it was. And I was also working on a lot. Like I said, I do a lot of engineering, and I was teaching myself. I was going to start teaching myself more G coding, which is CNC milling, which I could have a whole podcast by myself talking about that. But it's just a lot of nerdy stuff that I was trying to learn, and now I don't have access to the equipment anymore. So I had to put that on hold for a little bit.
Is all CNC milling, is that metal work?
No.
Okay.
So a lot of big, it's a big deal. A lot of the big, hot expensive machines, those are all metal, yes. But it does get smaller. Like at our school, we don't have a big metal one. We have a little, it's like 8-inch by 8-inch, but it's a wooden one.
Okay.
So we work a lot with like wood, and you can do little containers and all that. But they do a lot of a lot for race car parts, or just they need something fast that they can make over and over again. That's where they do a lot of the metal work.
Yeah, because at this point, if you have the code, you just plug it in. It's very consistent.
Exactly. Yeah, you just put a new part in, take it out, put it in, and it's just back and forth.
But it's the making the code part that you're.
Yes, it's the actual coding,
fascinated with.
telling the machine what to do.
That's crazy.
You command
crazy.
the machine.
Ever since I placed at state last year, I was just
Yeah.
more. I'm like, I could actually do this.
You know who the brains of the family is, right?
I wouldn't say brains, but
Your dad. That's your dad's the brains.
I tell you what, he's not a happy person to talk to right now.
I bet not. He's chief
Yes.
fire of Haltom City.
Fire
Oh, my
chief.
goodness.
So
That's
yeah.
He
Yeah.
has a lot going on right
Stressful.
now.
very busy.
Yep. So Shamus, goals. What did you have? You got new goals? Anything changed?
New goals are always just kind of progressing.
Yep.
Never get stagnant. Never just stay in one spot and get comfortable.
Yep.
I've learned don't get too comfortable because you're missing a lot. You're missing a lot more out there. And so the goals, I just think just get in better shape, and then I'm really glad I got into this. Honestly, you always kind of say, well, I want to do this, or I want to try something new, and it kind of gets filtered back further and further, and your busy day. And
Right.
I'm really glad I got into this. I've been wanting to for years, and I actually regret not getting back into it at a younger age.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
I always ask people, okay, so what do you think? Well, I love it. It's great. The only thing I wish I would have done is started sooner.
Yep.
Started sooner.
Start a lot sooner.
Yep. Yep.
And that's pretty much the goals for
Yeah.
this year.
Cool. All right. Fifth person, right? That would be you. What are some of your goals? Has this pandemic changed your goals? And if so, what are they now? So we think it's really important to set goals. That's one of our key fundamentals here at the Texas Black Belt Academy, is setting goals and reaching those goals. Whenever you reach the goal, celebrate the goal, and then set a new goal. So, all right. You got anything else?
I just got one last thing. So you may not know this. I know I found out from his mother, but Mr. Dillon here was Student of the Month at BHS
Really?
in March.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
same
awesome.
same thing. My engineering teachers, I work a lot with them, and I do a lot for them. So they recommended me, and I ended up getting chosen for the 1.5 month we have. But
So you're like half of the student of the month?
yeah,
Or half, the student of the half month.
student of the
It'd
half
be
month. So
Student of the half month. So no.
I mean,
well,
hey,
great.
but yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
They can't have one for April.
it's true.
That's right. You're the last one.
You're the last one.
The last one of 2020, right?
I'll take it.
Class of 2020, student of the month, last one ever.
Now I got to see your face on the
That'd be
billboard.
Dylan. That's awesome.
It's already been up there once.
That's
Oh, that's
no. I
right.
did see that. So there's a billboard in Burleson, and Dylan's face was up on
That's
there.
awesome.
That was
I
for
did. I was
placing a
like-
state.
I was like, hey, I know that guy.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Excellent, good. So we want to know how your students are doing for parents, right? Are they doing online training at school? How's that going? Let us know. So, awesome. Anything else?
I just saying to the people who aren't watching live, we're still going back and we still want to know about everyone. So if you're not watching this live and you're like, oh, they won't read it, yes, we will. We'll go back. We want to make sure. So whenever you're watching this, wherever, leave a comment.
We know everything. Everything.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you, Shamus, for
Well, thank you for
joining
having
us
having
and,
me. Thank you.
Chit-chatting with us and being on the podcast.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for staying connected with us.
Definitely.
And definitely look forward to choking you out very soon. No, I'm
Sounds good. Sounds normal.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Sounds like a Tuesday.
So good. All right. Well, great. Again, get connected, txbba.com. You're either a student or you're not. Both of you can get connected there. Students, make sure you catch us online at our members portal, and we will see you class tomorrow.
Yeah,
right?
tomorrow class.
Same bat place, same bat channel.
That's true.
What about that?
Never mind. All right. Peace out. We're out. Are we still live?